Alright, so OBS just really does not like me and has tried to ruin this recording for me on several occasions this time. But I have been smart enough to check the settings before and check everything if it's properly working, and if it isn't, I'm just going to... God. But on that note, welcome back to DDLC episode number 6, I do believe. Last time we left off with a cruel fate for Sayori. It was really sad. It was really sad. Yeah. And now we have whatever that on the left is. we have the amalgamation between Monika, Natsuki, and Yuri in one weird setting. My goodness. Alright. I guess, do we just press new game? Oh god, okay, yeah, we press new game. What even is this? I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance. Unknowing, really, it's heading off to a good start, my goodness. I'm sorry. Waving her arms in the air, she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting for her, my goodness. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let... Okay, I'm gonna try to ask you... What even is that sign after the P, I'm guessing? Is it supposed to be an H? The more I look at it, the more confused I get, because what is an R? With the little shit stain on its feet. I mean, what the fuck? Anyway. Oh god. After a very good start, oh god, I got so startled by that. Oh, it's an ordinary school day, like any other one, you know? Any other flippin' school day. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. No, you haven't. No, this help. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Which, yeah, of course, that's an amazing time to spend your day. But touch grass. There's always the anime club, but that's not like there would be any girls in there anyway. Dude, it doesn't matter. By the way, happy Pride Month, everybody. I'm recording this in June, and happy Pride Month, because I hope I didn't ruin my chair. I hope you're all doing fine on Pride Month. You're celebrating it with yourself, I guess. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs, the dreaded word. there really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Yeah.
Elva. Okay. Oh. What was that? Oh. If I were to play a horror game, I'd I'd be I'd be dead at the end of it, because that little startled me so bad right now. The funny thing is, I can look like I can watch horror movies the whole entire time, but horror games is just a whole nother experience. That's so much worse for me. But they're so fun. They're actually really fun. Anyway, Monica.
Oh my goodness, mate, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
I think I'm just going to keep the voices from the first time that we did a game. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic.
Cocaine addicted.
Basically completely out of my league. And it doesn't matter. So having a smile at me is genuinely a nice feeling, you know? What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in there? Markers?
I guess you could check in the closet.
You're in the debate club, debate club, right? About that,
I actually quit
the debate club. You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It's a nuisance. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budgets and publicity and hire, for example, to prepare for the events. It's draining. It's draining, you know. I have been majorly interrupted by a family member. Very nice of you. Thank you, sister.
Very much so. Also,
after that, I have been distracted for like 20 minutes by scrolling through YouTube Shorts. Yeah, I should disable that feature on my phone. Back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Wait, what should I... Oh god. How much should I take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it? In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm still in the new one. Every time, I just sat down. Look, I just sat down. Come on, game. Why do you have to be like this? I put my sweet buttocks on my seat in literature club. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. I can see that, but it's not really boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. What? It's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. It is. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. It's a member, right? I want to say she. Hey Alva, by any chance are still looking for a group to join?
how do you guess?
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a favor.
I would ask you to join, but
You know, you could at the very least visit my club. It would make me really happy. Please.
oh shit, I tapped out.
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? You can't just say no, but hey.
Also, this I'm going to save it. Oh, okay, what? Huh? What? Everything's gone. Everything's gone. What? We cannot even return to the save slot. Why? What? The fuck? Alright. Okay, sure, I guess I could check it out. Oh, awesome. You really sweet Ollie it out.
It's nothing really. Shall we go then?
I'll look for the materials in that time.
You're more important.
Well, say that, but hey.
Yes, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica. And her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Right. Shablam. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me.
Why?
I am startled so easily by this. I have no why. I have no idea. I could not tell you. Yeah, I guessed. Do we stick with the old Natsuki voice? Yeah. Seriously, you brought a boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. Well, anyway, welcome to the club, Eva. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. God damn, I'm horny as fuck in this game, apparently. So, let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right?
Why? No, I'm not. What the fuck?
Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
Yuri is the vice president, okay.
Sayori is
Dead. Yuri is the vice president.
Okay, that's something new. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Alva in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new I was going to? Well, you know. You know what I mean, right? You know. Absolutely.
Sorry.
No. I didn't forget that, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, should I at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you go sit down, Eva? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Itsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet, though. It must be a hard start in the club. Well, you have a good idea. You could technically do anything your imagination desires. Right? You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow before we graduate in this club, right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Damn. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Natsuki, Monica, must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. Actually, after all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, it does. As we have already established before. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you, mate. Yes. And so that Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Alva, what kinds of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. But I do read a lot of books, and I just remember that I made short ones. That's literally called Rick Riordan's Books Can Have My Children. Because they're just so good. I mean, have you ever read Rick Riordan's books? It's really, they're amazing. Just go read them. Manga. I have full volumes of the Demon Slayer manga sitting a little to the left of me, so I mutter quietly to myself, half choking. Oh my god! Natsuka's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Technically, there are not that many words in manga, but there are a few, and you need to actually have a compassion for understanding not only words, but also the kind of pictures and interpreting them in a different kind of way, because sometimes it's just left up to the reader to interpret the work of art that has been in the manga. But I'm going off on a stroll about mangas, which I should be... Why? I don't know, I'm just passionate about it. Okay, shut up. I can change, bro. I can read, you know. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Also, the thing that I've noticed is that in the first playthrough, which I don't think you properly saw because I fudged up the recording, Yuri was a lot more laid back, reluctant to do anything, but now she's more eager and just going full board, you know what I'm saying? You know, just doing, you know? It's weird to explain, but Yuri just has, I don't know what it is, but she just seems so much more involved with herself. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. You know, I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I think I said this before, but a deep psychological horror is my favorite kind of horror because it's not like a jump scare. It's not something that you have to defeat in like a game or a film. It's just deep fucking psychological horror. A monster you can, oh, look, somebody's playing something. Oh, I will have to censor that. Why? Why do you have to play Stardew Valley now? Deep psychological horror is just the unkillable, the ineffable, not being able to understand it, and your mind cracking while imagining it. That's the funnest thing in horror. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is it so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. God damn, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. Damn. That's right, usually like to write about cute things, right? Don't you, Natsuki? Excuse me, what the fuck did you just say? Off the pieces got out paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Funny. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yes, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's very impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? That's a hard pass. Yuri averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. The deepest, darkest, blackest parts of the abyss that your soul has hidden from you, and you're just dying on the inside, and it's slowly corrupting your soul, you know? Slowly creeping inside your mind, trying to kill you. Really nice thinking. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I didn't funk the thought yet, you know? Oh god, I clicked a little bit too hard. I didn't click a little bit too hard. Do you have any writing experience, Yuri? Who said that? You must be willing to open up, blah blah blah. Yes, that's what Yuri said. And then Monica said, do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Mitsuki feel more comfortable and enough to share hers, you know? I guess it's the same for Yuri, you know? We all sit in silence for a moment. Yeah, I just caught an idea. How about this? Mitsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home, write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I mean, if it was a good idea, well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president. After all, I need to do my best to nurture the club and its members as well. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Ava?
Hold on, there's still one problem, mate.
I didn't join yet. They always forget that,
Is that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time.
Another distraction, another I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Afrika's stare back at me with dejected eyes. Boy, I'm sorry, I thought.
But you mean?
The girls exchanged glances before Monica turns back to me. Sorry. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Alva. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. Now, I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival is over, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay, and I'll just spend every day with these beautiful girls, then I can't contain my cock in my pants. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my God. Really? Do you really mean that, Ella? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Ella, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You really are amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Alright, everybody, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share it. Monica looks over at me once more. Alva, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait.
Oh boy.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll give the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I don't want to, but I will have to. I'm very scared of what's to come in the next 10 seconds. Oh, goosebumps. Can you... Oh boy. No. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that gave me Goosebumps. Fuck me, man. Incapable. Uncontrollable. Incongruent. Misfortune.
Heathen. Oh, heaven. Heathen. God, that brought me so out of concept. What the fuck?
Oh, death. Tragedy. Whirlwind. Melancholy.
Intellectual eternity. Oh, I like the word eternity. Unrequited. Imagination.
Effulgent.
Agonizing. Contamination. Determination. Straw baby. What do we have? The hopeless. Aura. Swimsuit.
Hopeless aura swimsuit. Gods. What in the shit? Do we unlock after every day? Do we unlock a new poem? It's so. That's rad as fuck. Oh, again, Elva. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word, you know. Well, back at the Literature Club, I was the last to come, so everyone else was already hanging out. I think the music's faster than before. This is making me uncomfortable. Thanks for keeping your promise, Elva. I hope this isn't overwhelming of a commitment for you.
No, it's definitely faster. Why? What?
Okay. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh. This is making me uncomfortable. Ah! Stop doing that. You slow down again. Why? Why? Oh, come on. He doesn't.
You already had to drag. Fuck.
I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Why are you over my text box? Why? Why are you over my text?
What did you say, Natsuki? You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her mouth.
What the fuck? Monica. What? The classroom is tilted. What is going on? The pictures. What the? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pulls back into her seat. I'm so uncomfortable with this music. I'm so not okay. What the fuck? I'm sorry, Alva. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yes, then please tilt back the window. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glaze. Actually, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read, you know? Well, I can't really say no either way, you know? Like you said, what is wrong with the music? This is freaking me out. Like, genuinely, this is messing with my head. Because my ADHD monkey brain noticed the slightest shift in the fucking tone. And also, why are you getting closer to my face, Yuri? Why is the window why? Oh boy. Or is it just no, it's not an optical illusion. Do you see the chair slowly disappearing? This is so uncomfortable. I don't like this at all. Like I said, I'm in this club now. Why did you slow it down again? Why did you slow down and lower the pitch? oh god, I'm freaking out. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. No, if you really don't want to, then forget I said anything. It's not like that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. I am so uncomfortable with this whole entire situation. This is freaking me out. I sure. I just feel like, well, this vice president and all that, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy, like a short read. It's short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read, you know? I hope you can hear the music well, because this is freaking me out and I want you to freak out as well, because... Did you hear that? Did you fucking hear that? I'm going to go insane. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, she backed off finally. Oh god, that went way too uncomfortable. Oh my god. I don't want this. Oh god. Those were the most excruciating 3 to 4 to 10 minutes of... I have no idea how long I've been sitting here staring at her fucking face, and she's just getting closer and the screen tilting. I can't. Alright, everyone settled in. Also, the music is fucking faster again. For some fucking reason. And, okay, you needed to have clearly heard that by now, but the pitch shifted again and went a bit slower. And it messes with my head so much. Fuck. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for its chance. Meanwhile, Itsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Okay. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Please go away, I'm so uncomfortable. Crap. Yeah, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second, but that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing on it, I muttered as sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused, and then I probably wouldn't have noticed you in the first place, if I was focused. I'm just reading this bit, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Oh, God. Why? Can you get your eye? Please. Please put your eye back into the socket. Oh, no. No. Why? Oh, God. It's floating off to the side. Can I put it back? No, I can't. I wanted to reread some of it. Oh god. He's back. I can't for this game. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. When I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Something fairly
obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely get started on reading it soon, so I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? I'm going to save this shit. Oh god. Why did I drift off? Fuck. I can't. I'm done. Oh, Lord. I mean, Sayori's death was bad enough, but this is weird. Weird in the sense of this is creeping me out, and normally things don't creep me out. They scare me sometimes, but they don't creep me out. Like, I'm used to a lot of shit, but in a video game that's oddly changed from the first playthrough, or playthrough in captions, you know what I mean. It, just an eye drifting off, or the screen suddenly being right up in your face, and the music tone changing every second. It's so it messes with you, and I never noticed that before. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experimentation prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start to selectively breeding people by cutting off their limb and fixing. Oh, that is different from what you told me. That is not what you told me the last time. That might have been a little bit of a spiral, but anyway, I'm really into it. I don't want to know what part of it you're into. I really don't. Oh. The book, I mean, not the thing about I called it. I oddly called it. That's kind of that's kind of dark, isn't it? No, it is much darker, but you made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out from nowhere, you know? A nice story? A human experimentation camp where they selectively breed people, and that it wasn't a dark turn to begin with, because you needed to expect some fucked up shit to come along the way. You're not a fan of that kind of sort of thing, are you? That's not it. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. Yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that kind of story, you know? It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, Sugar Pup. Oh. Okay. Then suddenly, I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. I want to desperately not be in the same room as you. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and
writing fill my thought. My whole body gets... Well, I couldn't see that. Okay. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, and so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. It's, I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading, and the least I can do is listening, you know? It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh! Oh! Fuck! Oh, that came out my ass. Oh boy. Oh, no. Yes, I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something that I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything, and I can just plop over into the next dimension and escape from your reality, you son of a... whatever the fuck. I don't know. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Fun. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay, it's the same scene that we've had once before, and I'm scared. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. That's the pointy finger. Anyways, I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips to her side. After it flips to her side, but in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, you know? It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page, bro? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. God, I'm having a hard time. This game is giving me a hard time today. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it on her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all, definitely not. I feel uncomfortable. Really, I was just thinking, where she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. You're alright, dude. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or anything. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest. Does feel hard, but I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? What? Did something happen just now? I have no fucking clue. Yuri is acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Please, come on, I wouldn't. Don't worry, I believe you, silly sly fuck. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? We shouldn't wait for Yuri, Well, she might be what I saw. I just figured we'd get started right there. Is that okay? No, this is not fine. Because you have not acted like that before. Because before we struggled to get, whenever anybody was missing, in the first week, in the first playthrough, I guess, of the game, the first run, I'm gonna just call it from now on, we always were concerned for the other members and wait away, and we're not going to stick without them, but this is kind of fucked. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Owie. I'm going to start with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. Bro, if you ain't taking this shit seriously, then go home. Okay, shit. Harsh. Whoa, you want me to... Want you... Wait. Words. Well, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put my effort in it. We all stood somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Ooh, that hit a weak point. Painful to think about, right? Fine. Oh, you lookers. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again, Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. That's the one we had before, right? Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Just my own little statistic undertone. People can die. Anyways, eagles can fly. Nice poem. Yeah, I thought we are ever going to like it. I like it. Well, just be honest with you, mate. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't this the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like it when it's easy to read, but it's hard. It hits you like a fucking monster, you know? I can't do Natsuki voice anymore, I don't know why. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simply writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Yeah, that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. We'll continue until we go home to write the next poem, and then I'll end the episode, because I really need to piss. So, well, having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for a club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening, mate. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in my mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until the most someone, you know. It's always like that in no social interactable things. Any fucking way, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Alva. Well, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know, but that's sort of the barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't want to come a poem. Great job, Alva. I was going ooh, in my head, what reading it? It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something this deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to get everyone's expectations low, and that way it's always counts when I put in some effort. It's not very fair, is it? Well, I guess it's worked anyway. You know, you and Alex this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. Don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head. It's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when I treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being adult like that. She must be really stuffed for social interaction, so all brain have come along less strongly. Like earlier. I think it gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing and looking for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all start sharing our poems with each other. What did you say? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. You still have plenty of time. So I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good, you know, Monica? Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burnt eyes can no longer see color. Are there any others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems of flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ear. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. This, the air I breathe, I despise, what the air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Following my fears, I brandish my pen. I don't get it. So, you think it's very freeform? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback, you know? It's alright, mate. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influenced my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Somebody just shift the dimensions. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other, you know? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make progress. Just force yourself to get something down on a paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's true though. Yuri. As Yuri reads the poems, I notice her eyes lighting. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting on? What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I did just meant, Yuri trails off to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate, and in other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. Yeah, so it's that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened once Yuri finds her train of thought. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting too much in the same spot. God. It's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. It can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. You know, it's hard to tell. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminated beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. That's a poem that I've heard before, in the first ep, I think. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. I think I already said that, but my handwriting looks like fucking hieroglyphs on paper. At least that's what my teachers tell me. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, just don't read script very often. Actually, your handwriting is pretty, you know? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to try something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost after all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. Just nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Alva. Me too. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just... Oh, stop! Changing up the pace of the song. I hate it. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to this. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. That's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Atsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Atsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? How in the fuck? I know that. Oh, fudge. Okay, we're on. I tapped out for your imagination. Information. That's what happens when you've been recording for an hour. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out as nice at all. The pitch of the flute just sounds so wrong. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Elva did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, shut the fuck up. Why are you so mean to each other? Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Elva liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, fuck. He was impressed by it. Tsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so interested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh god, somebody's calling me. Wait. An order for kebab has been placed. I am getting so often interrupted today. It's not funny. I'm sorry. Oh. Alright. I also was pissing, so that's good. That's not what I. No, you just. Yours stands up as well. You're just jealous Elva appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Ooh. And how would you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Well, to be fair, to be frank with you, you didn't really give me advice. But thank you. Are you that full of yourself? No, I was not. If I was full of myself, then I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, that's a personal attack. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Elva started showing up. That's Suki. This will be also a little bit. This doesn't involve you, fucker. Taking out your own insecurities and others like that. Oh no! What the fuck? What? Don't speed up. Don't speed up more. Me, look who's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much of someone your mental age. So come. See, just saying that proves my point. But you learned for graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Do you think you can counterbalance your toxic personalities just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa. Be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? You just accused me of cutting myself. What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Elva hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Just for some reason. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Elva, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh. For the sake of that, we already wrote a poem for Yuri. God, I'm sorry. It's still only a bit too much. Just turn it down for you a bit. I'd say for the matter of fact that we already wrote Yuri a poem, we'll go with Yuri. Monica, no. Hey, Elva, wait, don't we step aside for a little bit, okay? That was rather uncomfortable. There is no music playing. I'm very uncomfortable. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never really have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend any less time with the others, then it's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly next to he runs out of the out of the club room. Oh no, little baby, no. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki or did. Elva, please don't hit me, please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one, you know. I'll wait for you to be done. Alright. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility today. That kind of sounds like you just don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Elva. It would be just. Were you listening? I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Oh! This game. Huh? Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Oh, God. Fuck. Why? Oh. I don't know what to say to this. I honestly don't. I'm very enticed in the story. Like I said, I played this game before, but I do not remember any of this. Like, none of it. I have blocked this shit out of my head. I think intuitively, like, I think I made the unconscious decision of just not living with that uncomfortableness. Yet here I am, reliving it. Oh my god, Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you had a fun time chilling with me and me getting scared by Yuri and all that stuff. It's... holy fuck, man. Alright, well, I hope you had a good time, and I hope you take care of yourself, and don't let yourself go into a frenzy like Yuri did with Natsuki. And if you need to seek help, like we mentioned in the other episodes, please just get help from a therapist. Anyways, that's all from me. Goodbye, lads.